I bet with internet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.
Two hurdles left to negotiate, as I say, races 7 and 8, so maybe play a double into the last 2 races, or hopefully you got a few doubles or trebles going into this race, and then your horse can hopefully come through for you. I'll declare my numbers early. I am going to be with number 3, Captain Fontaine, as my first selection, to beat number 2, Diani, and then after that a horse like number 4, Juan Carlos, and then you take your pick. There's a host of horses who have chances. Even number 8, Ishnana, he's a horse you can never leave out, Makara. But Warren, when it comes down to this event, we saw Captain Fontaine with an explosive turn of foot last time out. The timing was perfect. African Skyline looked to have his number. They've kept him to mostly sprinting. I think he's now crying out for the extra. Third run after the rest, draw 3. And Serena Mudley, he said last time out he learnt a lot about him, his previous rides that he'd ridden him, and he got the best of him on the nod.
Oh, what a lovely horse. Good horse. He's had 12 starts for 5 wins and a couple of places. He's rated 106, and he's been the fastest finishing in his last couple of races as well. Neatly drawn, lots in his favour, easy to make a case for him, owned by international owners and, of course, David Ferraris. So if he were to go bang, bang, no surprises. But you know, we're a little different here, and it's okay to be a little different because it's about a difference of opinion, and we've sort of been agreeing most of the day. But I'm not wild about anything in the Fever Tree Stakes, if I can tell you the truth. I'm sort of, you know, will be certainly getting involved in quartets and exactas, etc. But whether I'll be having a bet on the nose, I don't know, because my first choice, non-confident, narrow first choice, is a horse that's not best weighted. It's right down the list in the best weighted column. Is this horse Ideal Act? Now, you know, drawn 1, consistent. For me, you know, if I were forced to give an each way selection, it would be number 1, Ideal Act, but I'm well aware of the fact that he's not best weighted.
100% right. He's one of those horses that you've got to give him a chance. And if you dig deep in his form lines and you go back earlier on, he ran second, 0.8 lengths behind African Skyline. So you look at a horse like Captain Fontaine, he beat African Skyline. Obviously, they improve at different rates in that. Ideal Act's a 4-year-old. Captain Fontaine's a 5-year-old. We all knew that he was overseas bound and things didn't work out for him. But number 1, Ideal Act, you could be onto the button there. Some swingers and exactors. But I'm in your camp. Not a race where you're going to go strong on the nose. Maybe a race worth structuring some trifectas and quartets. I think that's the safer route. Captain Fontaine can come out and win by 4 or 5. But he's not a horse that you want to go put the rent money on.
Absolutely. But one last question before we wrap the Fever Tree Stakes. Diani, Dennis Bosch's horse, coming in with 51.5, rated 89, won his last 4. The more they're asking of this colt, the more he's giving them. What do you make of him?
Well, when you look at this horse go down to the start, he's really got action. He covers the ground, he turns it on. He's not big, but he's very, very athletic when he stretches out. Last time when I saw Dennis Bosch in the morning, I said, I'll call Diani home for you, and he just gave me the wink and then the slap on the shoulder. So he was obviously hoping for the best. And these are the type of horses that could go right through the divisions. So I'm glad you brought that up. He's a horse with any amount of ability. And let's just have a look. He's a 3-year-old. Captain Fontaine's a 5-year-old. So it'll be quite interesting. Okay,
well, that's a wrap then of the Fever Tree Stakes. I think our parting advice is Sheldon's in the camp of Captain Fontaine for the win. And I'm going to go Ideal Act as an each-way non-confident selection. It's an exciting race, an interesting race. Make sure you get your bets on by 4:05.
My name's Danny Diliberto, founder of Ladles of Love. It was founded back in 2014. Communities we work with are all over the peninsula, and we're working with 138 beneficiaries now. We've grown exponentially. We've been able to do that because of all the kindness that we have experienced from individuals and corporates such as Interbet, who just want to be part of the change.